Hello, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Sarasota. We're glad to have you join us for this special Christmas edition of our service. Whether you have been with us before or this is your first time joining us, we're here to support you in finding a personal relationship with the God of your understanding and discovering what you already know. My name is Kathleen Frankert, and I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner here at our center. I greet you today with Namaste. Namaste is the Sanskrit word that means the divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Each week, we begin our time together by affirming our vision and mission statement. The words can now be seen on your screen. Our vision is empowering spiritual growth as a loving, inclusive, worldwide community. And this is our mission. We teach science of mind principles and other life-affirming spiritual truths. We explore, we learn, we grow, we connect, honoring all paths to God. We offer in-person and online weekly services, classes, workshops, affirmative prayer support, and other spiritual tools. We create opportunities for joyful social connection, community outreach, and service. We celebrate the awakening of our innate spiritual magnificence. So now, as we prepare for our time of prayer and meditation, allow yourself to settle in and connect with the breath. Allow your eyes to close or soften your focus as we turn within. Take in this musical inspiration to calm your mind and open your heart as our guest soloist, Poindexter, and our music director, Bob Teesdale, share this beautiful rendition of the Christmas classic, Silent Night.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and a child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Let us now contemplate in the silence the words of this beautiful Christmas Day meditation written by Ernest Holmes, the architect of our philosophy. The action of God in me is the Christ of my being, and on this Christmas Day, I pay tribute to Jesus, who is the world's greatest example of God's action through man. 2,000 years have passed since a larger light came into the world and told man of his spiritual freedom to accomplish his heart's desires. These years have not been in vain, for gradually man has come to a larger understanding of God and of his own Christ self. I now dedicate and consecrate myself to the teachings of the man of Nazareth. On this Christmas Day, I let Christ's consciousness rule my heart, mind, and affairs. I see the new birth of love in all people and in all events. All the beauty of Christmas is mine to behold. All the love of Christmas is given unto me. Each card and each gift brings me love, and they bless me with the knowledge of my own birth of truth. I shall be like the wise men and follow the eternal star of truth. I shall be like the shepherds and hear the voice of God in every harmony. I shall be like Mary and Joseph and watch carefully over this new inner dawning of true life. I make of my mind a stable and welcome the Christ idea of perfect spiritual man. I give the gifts of my attention, my love, and my substance to this idea born within me. I am open to the divine this day. I let God be born into my thinking and feeling. I share this birth to a higher understanding with all men everywhere. I revere the memory of Jesus and let his teachings be in me a light unto my world, and others seeing my good works shall find the light of truth within themselves. This is the day of Christ consciousness, the day of truth, the day of a birth into a greater good. And so now, accepting this expression of truth for me and for everyone hearing them, I declare this to be so, and so it is. Our founding minister and spiritual director, Reverend Karen Wolfson, is with us today. Her special holiday message is entitled, Your Amazing Christmas Story. Before we hear from her, it's my pleasure to again introduce Jay and Bob to bring us a stirring performance of the traditional Christmas song, "O Holy Night." Welcome, Jay and Bob.
O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices. O night divine, O night when Christ was born, O night divine, O night, O night divine. Truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices. O night divine, O night when Christ was born, O night divine, O night, O night divine.
Oh, thank you, Jay and Bob. So beautifully done. And such a beautiful song, one of my favorite Christmas songs. Oh, Holy Night. A thrill of hope. The weary soul rejoices. Has your soul been weary this year? Mine has at times. but it says, a thrill of hope. The weary soul rejoices, O night divine. In a few days, we will be celebrating that night divine. It will be Christmas. So today, let's reflect on just what that means to each of us. You know the Christmas story is about the birth of Jesus, and it ultimately is also your story. So my message today is your amazing Christmas story. But first, let's check in with each other. Especially during this holiday season, I'm so joyful knowing you are out there. Each one of you, just know that. And give yourself a special holiday hug from me. You know, I think about you and I wonder, how are you doing? How is this holiday season shaping up for you and your family? You know, I love hearing from you. Just a short email or text about how you're doing. And to you, our team of financial contributors, thank you, thank you. All year, you have been an absolutely essential part of all that makes it possible for us to share our message, our caring, and our connection. So thank you. In a few days, it'll be Christmas, so let's reflect on just what that means to each of us. The birth of something fresh and new and full of possibility. And from that perspective, the message of the Christmas story is so powerfully relevant. The birth of something fresh and new and full of possibility. Just think about that. Now, I love many of the stories and lessons in the Bible, just as those in the holy books of other religious traditions, not to be taken literally, but rather as parables, as allegories, as teaching tools for conveying deep eternal truths, lessons for living every day. And so it is with the Christmas story, the theme and the message of which appears in other religious and cultural traditions. A profound, miraculous event by means of a presence emerging to bring light and love and joy and hope and the promise of possibility to humanity. In Christianity, this event is, of course, the miraculous birth of Jesus the Christ. But the power and essence of this event is not only for Christians. Father Richard Rohr wrote a marvelous book titled The Universal Christ, in which he writes, "We're not talking about waiting for a little baby to be born. We are, in fact, welcoming the universal cosmic Christ, the Christ that is forever being born in the human soul and in history." So this is what I want us to so get today and to take with us. The wonder, the awe, that the Christmas story is all about. For each of us, the awe and the wonder of our own miraculous being, the Christ in us. So what does that mean? Well, Ernest Holmes, the architect of our teaching, said it this way. He said, Christ means the Word of God manifest in and through humanity. And he went on to say, each one of us puts on the Christ to the degree that we surrender our limited sense of life to the divine realization of wholeness and unity with good, spirit, and God. Hear that. It's surrendering our limited sense of life, our worry, doubt, and fear, to the realization of wholeness and unity with God. What these wise teachers are saying to us is, while Jesus was a person, Christ is more than a person. It is a principle transformative in its energy. Now, Jesus the man embodied this Christ essence, and he set the example for us. Jesus was not the great exception, though. He was, for each of us, the great example of the infinite of God, by whatever name by whatever name you want to call it, but that great example of the infinite of God expressing in human form. So, up close and personal, the Christmas story is your story every day. Here's a brief summary of the highlights of the Christmas story. An angel appears to the Virgin Mary, telling her, "You will conceive and bear a child, the Son of God." And Joseph, though not the biological father, was told nonetheless to marry her. So he did. and her pregnancy progressed. In her 9th month, they traveled to Bethlehem for a mandatory census, and it was a very, very long distance and an extremely arduous journey. Finally, they arrived, hungry and exhausted, and there was no place to stay. As we've heard, no room at the inn. But there was a barn, a stable with animals and a feeding manger filled with hay. And it was there that Mary's baby was born, followed by great celebration and rejoicing by visiting shepherds and wise men and gifts. And, it's quite an impressive story. But what is really impressive is that it is a story with so many layers of meaning and symbolism, all so powerfully relevant for us today. So today I invite you to join me in some reflections on just what it can mean to you in your life right now. Because this is your story and my story taking place each day. Ernest Holmes said it this way: Christmas is the most joyful day of the year because it is symbolic of the divine taking form in you, me, and everyone. And he continues, he says, this is not merely something that took place over 2,000 years ago. It is an eternal event taking place in us right now, each day, and every moment of our lives. It, being the infinite, taking form in each of us as sons and daughters of God. It is your spiritual essence, your spiritual nature, the something that continually urges you and me forward into more life and into a greater expression of our own uniqueness, our aliveness. For example, one of the main ways it shows up is by means of our ideas. So here's how it might look. First of all, there was an angel, and the metaphysical meaning of angel is inspired thought. I'm going to say an idea. So an inspired thought comes to you as a creative idea that you have. Perhaps about a new endeavor, a new project, or an idea of how to cope with a situation or solve a problem. And when that happens, your first reaction could likely be, what? Wait a minute. That's often my reaction. Even though your idea is creative and exciting, as is the prospect of a new baby, of new life in the Christmas story, your reaction may be like Mary's when the angel told her she was pregnant. And these are my words, but they might have been something like, this is great news, but I'm not ready to have a baby. For us, our reaction to an inspired creative idea might be, oh my God, what will people think? Or it's crazy, or it's too difficult, or it's too outside the box, or I'm simply not ready. And yet, in the midst of your protests, there's a part of you, the feminine part of your being, symbolized by Mary. There's a part of you that instinctively welcomes and nurtures this new idea. You know that feeling? That is the part of you that trusts something so alive is occurring during the gestation process. Trusting without knowing exactly how the end result will look. It's just, I have this feeling, it's intuitive, even though I don't know how it will work out. It's a sense of excitement mixed with trepidation. Now, there's another part of you symbolized by Joseph, a masculine energy. The part of you that, although probably hesitantly acts on that idea, does put feet to the idea, takes steps to move it forward. This is the journey from idea phase to manifestation in form. Everything is created twice. Everything is created first as an idea, no matter what it is, whether it's to write a book or a song or create a painting, try a new career, do something different in your life, take a trip, change a routine, maybe embark on a new diet or a hairdo or an exercise routine or some recreation. And you know how challenging that journey can be from the idea, from when the light bulb goes on in your head to finally seeing it fully formed. Well, this journey is symbolized by the long and arduous and exhausting journey taken by Mary and Joseph forward to Bethlehem for the census. I was thinking this can be the sort of Zen, chop wood, carry water phase. The not so exciting, but the necessary phase of birthing your new idea. So many steps in the process. You know what I mean? I sure have been there. Well, in the story, finally they arrived at the inn. A place for Mary to rest and give birth, but no. The door was slammed in their faces. Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to me. You're moving along toward the manifestation of your idea, of your vision, your solution, your project, your creation, and boom, a big obstacle appears, a door closes, resources disappear, and maybe you are just stopped for a bit. But those obstacles and or closed doors cannot stop the birthing process of your idea. That baby is going to be born. In this story of Mary and Joseph, they were seemingly sidelined. They had to try and sleep in the stable with the animals. Even the manger, though, is symbolic of your personal Christmas story. That lowly, rough wooden trough filled with hay, where they lay the newborn baby Jesus. The lowly manger symbolizes those times when your life circumstances may be rough, appearing to be lacking what you need, and not at all the kind of perfect setting for the manifestation of your beautiful idea, your dream. But that lowly manger cradled the new baby, whose example would impact the world and transform countless generations. And so in the midst of less than desirable conditions, and that's an understatement, right there, look for the light, that small spark of something new, something good being cradled. Recall the excitement you had when the idea first occurred to you. Here's how someone said it. In the humble manger of my circumstances, the magnificent Christ presence continually is being born through me, transforming all things in my world. So honor it, celebrate it, as did the shepherds and the wise men. No matter how things appear, as did that crude and lowly manger, it contains something so precious and amazing, filled with promise and potential. And so for you and me, in the midst of the most unlikely conditions, God is always making itself known, making all things new by means of you and me. And that is the Christ presence in, as, and through you. Pure potential, infinite possibilities. Another way of saying this, you and I are pregnant with possibilities every moment of every day. And that is the message of Christmas, an invitation to recognize and celebrate the birth of that Christ presence within, showing up as new ideas and insights, as creativity, inner peace, wisdom, joy, as love. As Ernest Holmes said, the hands of the eternal are outstretched through our hands and our hearts. The love manifesting through our gifts to each other typifies the givingness of spirit to its creation. So what this means is every time a single hand reaches out to help another, that's Christmas. Every time someone puts anger aside and strives for understanding, that is Christmas. Every time people forget their differences and realize their oneness with each other, that is Christmas. And you know, as you and I honor our inner Christmas, there is a ripple effect. That means we radiate a vibration of light and love to those around us. And so, thinking of those near and dear to us, family, friends, and neighbors, Jay and Bob are going to send us into our week with a sweet song written by Bob. It's called Christmas Time Together. And I believe if you go to YouTube and look for Bob Teesdale, you can see this done as a video also. So happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
one should be home alone at Christmas. Christmas is the time to share the fun. Oh, the cold and snowy weather makes you want to cuddle together. And there's plenty of turkey and goodies for everyone. No one should be home alone at Christmas. It's the time of year for being with old friends. Just a little joy and laughter, that's what our hearts are after. And we wish the times like this would never end. It's a time to care for each other, give thanks for sisters and brothers, presents and bowls and holiday shows, singing carols and wishing for snow. Yeah, we're gonna have one joyful celebration. So come along and have a cup of cheer. No one should be home alone at Christmas. Let's spend Christmas time together this year. To care for each other, give thanks to our sisters and brothers, presents and bowls and holiday shows, singing carols and wishing for snow. Yeah, we're gonna have one joyful celebration. So come along and have a cup of cheer. No one should be home alone at Christmas. Let's spend Christmas time together. Who cares about the weather? Christmas time together this year.
Jay and Bob, thank you for inspiring us today with all of your lovely Christmas melodies. What a great gift you gave us. Reverend Karen, your message inspires us to experience this Christmas holiday in a deeper and more personal way. Thank you. And now it's time to share our offering that supports our ability to continue to be here for you with prayer, inspiration, encouragement, and opportunities for virtual community and connection. There are 3 easy ways to contribute. On your screen, you'll see our website where you can select the donate button, which allows you to contribute via PayPal or by credit card, or mail a check to our address shown there on our website. Or you can arrange for automatic contributions through your own online banking. And now I invite you to take your virtual gift in your hand, place it over your heart, blessing it as you share it. And know this with me, my gift goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. And the divine flow returns it to me, multiplied abundantly. And now let us declare together our offering affirmation. The words are on your screen. I give thanks that I may share of my good, my love, and my support. Thank you so much. And do you have a prayer request? On the website, I invite you to find the green prayer request button, where you may seek prayer support for any intention or challenge you may be facing. We have 4 licensed spiritual practitioners, Ron Frost, Jim Grove, Nicole Leeds, and me, who are available to know and affirm spiritual truth with and for you. These practitioners are also available by appointment for 1-hour spiritual coaching sessions. These sessions offer the opportunity to explore a deeper understanding and practical application of spiritual truth in the midst of your problem or challenging issue. For more information, check out their page on our website by selecting the Staff tab on the left. And if you would like to sign up to receive our weekly email newsletter, you can also do that on our website, or check out our Facebook page for posts about upcoming events. I have a couple of announcements today. Our Spiritual Living Circle on Wednesday evenings, led by spiritual practitioner Jim Grove, remains on hiatus this month. The lively discussion hour will return Wednesday, January 5th, so stay tuned for announcements about that. Or you may email Jim at the address shown on the screen, and he'll send you more information. And this is membership season at the Center for Spiritual Living Sarasota. If you are a current member, you should have already received in the mail your invitation about renewing. Please send that back by the end of the year. And for those who may be new to our community and interested in membership, you may click on the Contact Us button at the top of our website page to request membership information, or send us an email to cslsarasota@gmail.com. cslsarasota@gmail.com. And finally, on behalf of everyone here at the Center for Spiritual Living Sarasota, we extend our heartfelt wishes to you and your family for a peaceful and joyous Christmas. And now, as we conclude our sacred time together, let us do so with the intention to live in love, health, and peace. I invite you to listen or join in singing our closing song, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Thank you for being with us.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my sign.